What's going on? Is that you, Alex? What's up, man? Can you hear all right? And is the quality okay? But before even getting started, I want to, I would like to post this video. So I'm going to bring out a bunch of snakes, but I'd also love video suggestions. So if you're seeing this after the live, still leave video suggestions. But what I have here is a variable bush viper. And this is the first time I've gone live. I'm using the YouTube app, and yeah, it's the first time I've done it on here. Type something else, Alex. Yeah, I wanted to make you a moderator. Just wanted to see if I could do that. It doesn't show. It says 0 in here, Alex, even though you're in here, so I don't know what that's about. So yeah, I don't even know if it's gonna show up if people are in here. So Alex, what are your thoughts on some video suggestions? What types of stuff do you enjoy most? Like when you watch those other Venomous Snake channels, what's the stuff that you love to see? And do you still watch stuff even if it's just text and not talking? So like if I filmed a video showing just the snake and had text talking about it, is that something enjoyable, or do you prefer seeing people talk about it? Because that's something I was thinking about doing, is use up some of the footage I have of all the snakes at work and have like text explaining. Or would it be better for me to just have one of my snakes out and talk about whatever snake I'm talking about and show pictures and videos when I can? So I guess for me, having someone talk so I can just listen, even if I'm not watching it, is better. So that might be the way to go. Just let me know what your thoughts are. And hopefully this live stays so I can post it on the channel. That's the main thing. Because I don't know if anyone's going to join or if it will work well. So when you actually watch stuff, you're actually watching it too. You're not just listening to it. Like, you know me, I always have something playing, but I'm not actually watching it. So I guess I'm leaning more towards the talking, even if it's not the snake I'm talking about, and just showing videos and pictures throughout. You like the feeding videos too? Alex, does it show if there's anyone else in here? And can you like the video? Okay, yeah. So I might just, I can always experiment too. So maybe I'll start with just talking about them and also upload some with just text and see how that goes. So it's going viral, huh? Should I bring out another snake or wait? And then for those that are going to watch after the live, this is a variable bush viper. Beautiful little dragon. It's a sibling from these two. And the green one that's in the thumbnail as well, which I'll bring out in a second, is also a sibling from them. I posted a video on Instagram, Alex, saying that I was going live right before I texted you. And I wish I could figure out how to go live on both at once. Last time I brought the computer in here and used my phone for Instagram, but it's just difficult to focus on two things at once. So if I could figure out how to go live on both of them at once, that would be good. I'll just bring out the other one now and talk about it as if for the upload. But Alex, if you could, yeah, that's why I asked you about the phone that's not connected, because I still have an old iPhone, but I don't know if that'll work or if it'll shut one off if I'm using the other one. But let me know if you have video suggestions, Alex. And actually with the feeding videos, Alex, do you like seeing the strike the most, or do you like seeing them actually eat too? Here's a sibling to that other bush viper. So again, baby from these two. And it's probably hard to tell with the glare. The mom green, the dad red. The babies came out looking different colors, but they ended up turning either green or red, but they can be many different colors. But I'm going to refilm actually a video about them. Since my older videos, I was way more nervous, and I want to redo them with more info and just more comfortable. Beautiful. Yeah, Alex, the black ones are crazy. They're awesome. I think they're the most expensive too. Which one do you like working with the best when you're here? The green one or red one? Or they both, you enjoy both of them? But if you could choose, Alex, and whoever else, you prefer the green one or that red one. And if you want to see a bunch of crazy colored and awesome ones and you have Instagram, check out Rory's dad. He is probably the #1 breeder of variable bush vipers and has some awesome ones. The ones I love are the tiger. They have crazy striped pattern, just really beautiful. And yeah, Alex, the green one is awesome. And the belly coloration. Did you see that, Alex? Sensed my hand, I guess. About to strike. Yeah, Ethan, I do. Thanks for joining. Ethan, what types of videos, do you have any video suggestions, Ethan? What types of videos do you like seeing the most? Alex, you might have to retype that. I don't know how to find what you wrote. It disappeared before I read it. But yeah, Ethan, if you have any video suggestions, let me know. Like, what type of stuff would you like to see? Do you like feeding videos? Do you like the educational ones? Or do you just like seeing them in general? Just footage of the snakes? But yeah, Alex, if you don't mind retyping what you wrote until I can figure out how to view the chat after. And Alex, I'm working on a video about the baby Monocle Cobras right now, and it's making me want to have babies again. So we need to figure out which ones we should try to pair. And yeah, Ethan, I agree. Bringing out another snake. Check it out, Alex. About to shed. Be the first shed with me. How cool is that? This is a banded snouted cobra. Now, my top, I'd say tied with the black Pakistan cobra. So this one and the black Pakistan cobra, my favorite snake right now. They're just such awesome snakes. Ethan, thank you so much. It means a lot. I really appreciate that. How was your Christmas? So in the past, I've made a video about snouted cobra. It was very short. Oh, okay, Alex. I made a video about snouted cobra, and but it was very short, so I need to redo it. And yeah, Alex, we need to figure out if these bush vipers are female or male. We might have to get another one. I think they're the same gender. The ones that I kept, I think they're both female. But I'll have to find out. And the other snouted cobra video I did film was with a different one that I have, which is, it's a uniform kind of bronze color, not the banded phase. So these can be found in that uniform color or banded like this. Many snakes are like that, depending on the location, plays a major role. But yeah, this is such a beautiful snake. And no, Ethan, I don't go live on TikTok. They ban you quickly if you have snakes out. So it's pointless. I showed a picture of a snake on a computer that I took, or showed a picture I took on the computer and got banned for dangerous behavior. Ridiculous. I haven't been posting much on TikTok because my videos get removed, and I got a warning that if it happens one more time, my account's banned. So I just gave up. And yeah, Alex, we'll figure it out. I'll ask Alex, the other Alex that breeds the bush vipers, if he can tell the age of these, or I mean the sex of these, and we'll figure it out from there. And yeah, Ethan, it is. Because I see other people going live holding snakes, and they're live for a few hours. But when I go live, it's almost an instant ban. The raccoon snake, the coolest. Alex laughs at this one. He thinks she's goofy. So my plan right now is to just continue some of the educational videos, and I'm going to post more of the feeding videos. The ones at work, I usually just get the strike, so those will typically just be strikes, and the ones at home I'll film the full feeding. But if there's anything else you can think of, definitely let me know. My favorite is this one right here, in the black Pakistan Cobra. What about you, Ethan? Yeah. Do you see she's in shed right now? Can't wait. Can't wait till she gets very big. Diamondback rattlesnakes, your favorite? Yeah, they're really cool. This is a Chinese cobra. Look at that pattern. Beautiful. I'll bring out the female as well. I don't show the female off too often. She's a little, she tries to get away, so she flails around a lot. But I'll get her out and show her off today too. But this is the male. You see the banding, very beautiful. But these are another snake, Alex. When they're big enough, we'll pair them together too. Yeah, Ethan, cobras are just the coolest. Vipers, really pretty, but just the behavior of cobras, really love it. And these will get as big as the Monocle Cobras. All depends on genetics, so could be smaller or bigger than my female monocle. So they can get up to, I believe, even above 5 feet long. I don't know if I've ever personally seen anyone's Chinese cobra that big, but there are some on YouTube that are pretty massive. My biggest snake is a Monocle Cobra. I'll bring her out in a little while. Yeah, Alex, I do have it in a container ready to go. But I was hoping to have more people. But I'll bring it out in a bit. Unless you have to go soon, then I'll bring it out now. This cobra has just always been great. Most of my snakes, you can ask Alex, are very laid back and very calm. All depends on their personality and, of course, the person working with them. But some are just chaotic no matter what. It's just their personality. Saying that, when I bring her out, watch her be completely calm. It's just how it goes. All right, Alex. In a little bit, I'm going to bring out the female Alex, the female Chinese cobra, and then I'll bring out the gaboon. Did you feed the king snake 2 pinkies? It's a little stuck shed on the eye. Did you film it? I'm going to put this one away. I'm going to get out the female Chinese cobra. Again, this is a Chinese cobra male, and the female I'm about to bring out now. Female Chinese cobra. Yeah, I understand, Alex. That's how I am too. If it's when I'm feeding, usually I just try to get it done. It's a 30-minute, pretty much, each snake, if I'm going to film the whole process, takes too long. Female, and of course, I told you, since I mentioned that she's usually very in flight mode, since I mentioned it, I knew most likely she's going to be really calm right now. But she doesn't have as much as of the banding as the male. In her enclosure, I have to cover it with a towel if I'm in here because she just bashes. Oh, okay, Alex. There's always plenty of opportunity to film it again. No, Ethan, I've never been bit. Yeah, Alex, when they're ready, we're gonna breed these. Now the wrinkles, I'm gonna have to cool them off for about a month. So I need to figure out if I should try that this year or wait till next year. But I kind of feel like trying it this year, so now that I got baby fever. Look at her. Acting perfect right now. You can ask Alex for, if you don't believe me, that she's usually very, very much in flight mode. Typically. Not all the time. But usually acts way different than this. Right, Alex? But yeah, I might try to breed the wrinkles this year instead of waiting, Alex. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to get the gaboon out for you. Let me put her away real quick. Alright guys, I know it's free handling, but here's the gaboon. Look at it. Look how big this shed is. Big adult gaboon viper. I'll bring out the real one in a second. I don't know if you can see the horns. Really cool. Ready, Alex? Get out the bigger hook. This thing's psychotic, Alex. It's panicking. I don't know if you could hear it. West African gaboon viper. They have a reputation for being super docile. Yeah, right, Alex. But this one's huff and puff, a lot of bluff, but when cleaning, he gets in the escape mode and starts flailing around. Beautiful snake. Of course, they're well known for clearly their beautiful pattern, but also for having the longest fangs of any venomous snake, up to 2 inches long. Look at how beautiful. This is Alex's favorite snake. Oh, thank you for joining. Where are you located? I'm glad you joined or were able to join. And I plan on posting this video after I'm done. So you could check out the whatever you missed another time. And also I'm taking video suggestions. If you have any suggestions for videos you would like to see, let me know. Yeah, Alex. And a Gabino. Do you like the Gabinos? And for those of you that don't know, a Gabino is a hybrid of a Gaboon viper and a rhino viper. Rhino vipers are also in the Bitis genus, the same genus as the Gaboon. They're very pretty too. Yeah, definitely. But I don't know how this works. Hopefully it saves the video after I go live. I don't know how it works, but we shall see. It should save it though. Yeah, I love the rhino vipers most. Alex, let me know what that did. Did it stop the stream? Somebody was calling, or Hannah was calling, so I don't know if that stopped the stream. So if you're still here, Alex, let me know. Hopefully it didn't. No noise came out? What do you mean by that? You didn't hear the ringing? Alright, yeah, I could do that. And alright, Alex, good, thank you. I planned to set it to do not disturb, but I forgot to do that. And actually, let me write that suggestion down so I don't forget. I wrote down that suggestion so I don't forget. Can you see the coloration good, Alex? This snake is just so beautiful. I don't think people understand, just based on the videos, how beautiful the pattern is in person. There's so many different, very slight color changes that are so vibrant in person. And you see the tongue, black tip. Isn't that so cool? Now this is an ambush predator. They'll sit in the leaves for months waiting for food to pass by. That's good, Alex. But yeah, it's ridiculous in person. Just how the pattern is. And these snakes, when they're moving, they move in a rectilinear fashion, which looks like a little caterpillar just moving in a straight line. And that gives people the false sense that they're slow. But when they want to, like when they panic, they'll flail around and move really quick. Where do you live at? Do you live in the United States or a different country? This snake's getting much bigger now. Alex, I don't remember if you saw it before I brought it home. It was so tiny. From Croatia, okay. Well, thank you for being here. How cool is this snake? Yeah, Alex, I'm just realizing that now. And because I sent somebody a shed. Yeah, lizards, there's lots of pretty lizards. I'm sure there's a lot pretty lizards there too. The shed, I sent somebody a shed, Alex, of this one when it first got there, and it's such a tiny shed. And now I'm just realizing how much bigger it's gotten, just comparing it to the size of that shed. It's only shed once since I've had it, Alex. But you know that these just don't shed that often. That's why those big sheds I need to hold on to, because I tend to give them away at work, but they don't shed often. The ones at work are probably so old, probably on their way out, so I need to save them. Ethan, are you still in here? Awesome, Alex. Yeah, I was wondering if you still had it. Do you cuddle it every night? Just waiting till you have one of your own? All right, Ethan, I'm going to bring out the biggest snake I have. But what did you think of the Gaboon Viper? Did you like it? And Alex, we should be able to pair this one up when it's an adult. Nice. That's what all that dead rodent smell was, just the mice rotting in the enclosure. Yeah, Ethan, it is. I'm gonna bring out the biggest snake I have now for you. And just so people are aware, because I get comments about this often, about keeping an eye on the snake, I'm always watching, even from the peripheral, because direct eye contact can cause defensive behavior. But yeah, I'm always watching. Oh. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna get the biggest snake I have out. Alex, let me know if you can hear the huffing and puffing. Oh my God, that was such a struggle to get her out. She's coiled up around all the stuff in her enclosure. Every time I was starting to get her, she'd just wrap another coil around something else. This is a Monocle Cobra. The longest snake I have. And if I missed anything in the chat, I'm sorry. I don't know how to scroll back up. Jeez, Alex, that was frustrating. She's heavy. What's up, Grim? My brother. How are you doing? This is my first time going live on the actual app, the YouTube app on my phone. Yeah, she's big. And heavy. I almost feel like moving the camera down so I don't have to keep her hooked up. I am so bad at guessing weight, so I don't know how much she weighs or what to even guess. Oh, nice, man. I'm glad you're able to join. Cobras are my favorite. I mean, they're all cool, but yeah, I just love cobras. Just how majestic they are when they hood up. also just their personality. But vipers, of course, have the beautiful patterns. What about you? What's your favorites? So growing up, yeah, it's definitely a struggle to hold it up like this. Growing up, that green anaconda was my favorite. I loved the green anaconda. Then at some point, it was the copperhead. Yeah, the arboreal vipers are super beautiful. If you're staying here for a little while, I'll bring out the bush vipers again so you can see them. And then after the copperhead, just the cobras. Let me try to figure out how to see the chat. All right, there you go. Yeah, definitely. Have you, I can't remember if you had any cobras. You have the Cape Coral Cobra, right? And for those that don't know, the Cape Coral Cobras are not Naja, so not in the true cobras. They're kind of like pygmy rattlesnakes of the cobras. They're really cool though. She's about to poop. Yeah, let me put her back. I'll bring out the bush viper again so you can see the bush viper. To who said they liked arboreal vipers. Oh, nice. Which species? Yeah, they are. I've only worked with, I can't remember the species, which species, but I've only worked with one of them. Yeah, they're really cool. There's some very beautiful. I only put her away before she takes a dump on me. I can hear it gurgling, and I don't. Well, maybe that'll be good for a video. Who knows? I already have one video of her doing it to me. Never, Alex. Bushmasters, too big. I'm not too interested in the um, not too interested in the bigger snakes. And nice. Where are you at? What are you in the United States or are you in a different country? Here's the green variable bush viper. And the red one I'll bring out next. Oh, that's very cool. Have you worked with any venomous, or is that going to be your first time working with them? Now, out of all the arboreals, yeah, Bushmaster's whole another ball game. I've never worked with them. I don't really have an interest. I love them, don't get me wrong, but don't really have an interest of the bigger snakes. Man, I wish this chat would, it disappears too quick. Hang on a second. No, they'll go to the bathroom wherever. I don't know if that's what they claimed in the video, that it would go to the bathroom in the same spot, but that wouldn't be true. Well, maybe, you know, the Gaboon Viper I've noticed goes to the bathroom in the similar spot every time, but I don't know if that's just how it is with that one, just by coincidence. Oh, that's really cool. When did you say you're going? January? You got to let me know how it goes. Yeah, they are heat-seeking missiles. I need to figure out how to work this live thing on this app. The comments disappear way too quick. I don't know if I can set it so it just stays up. Yeah, definitely do. That's really cool. Can't wait to hear about it. I'll bring out the red one now. Now, if these guys, I mentioned it earlier, so if you are watching after the live, it's going to be a repeat. They can come out bunch of different crazy colors, and within the first year, they'll change to their adult colors. It's really cool. This one was like blue when it was a baby, and now it's green like the mom. And the red ones were like yellow and gold and just crazy looking, and it turned just red like the dad. The parents were completely laid back. These two are, yeah, they're calm, but they're defensive. This red one and the green one will strike if you get too close. But the cottonmouth I got is a psychopath. Yeah, I had one too that was crazy. I just gave it away because I got it for videos, but it's so psychotic that I couldn't even film videos with it. So I just gave it to a friend. And let me see the comments I missed. The tail's so small. I don't know what you mean by that. If you mean why does it turn, why is the tail so noticeable from the rest of its body? So with females, there's a quick taper. So that's why I think this is a female. No idea. With the males, it'll slightly go down to the tail. Not as noticeable. But yeah, I know that these seem calm right now. They're pretty defensive when I'm trying to take pictures and videos, but that's because, again, I'm up in their face. Yeah, I know, man. They can be a handful when you get one like the forest cobra I have. Is ridiculous. Pointless. And it's super skinny. I wish when I go to the reptile shows, the expos, I get, excited and I pick out stuff, but I don't take a good look. Super skinny, and so I can't film it for that reason too. I don't want to show off a super skinny snake, and it's also psychopath. So it lives up to the forest cobra reputation. I'm not sure. So when I had the babies, I just gave them to a few friends, and yeah, I don't know. I'm not good at sexing snakes. and figuring out their gender. All right, these comments disappear too quick, and I don't want to keep putting my finger up and blocking everything, but I saw the first part. It said, how can you reliably tell if it's male or female? One of the ways is, well, I guess the most accurate way is called probing, and I think I have probes in here. Let me get them real quick. So what you do, say that this is the head, this is the cloaca, this is the tail. You probe and put this little tool in towards the tail, and if it goes in really far, it's a male. If it barely goes in, it's a female. Let me see if I have the probes in here. They might be in the house. Yeah, I think they're in the house, so I can't show you, but it's just a little tool, different sizes for different size snakes. I done it once, but I don't want to do that ever, because I feel like I'll damage the snake, because it is possible, if you don't know what you're doing, to hurt the snake. I don't want to do that. Another way is called popping, which is, I don't know too much about it. You massage the tail, and if the two hemipenes pop out, it's a male. I don't know if, I guess if it just doesn't pop out, it's a female. But that's called popping. And some are easy to tell by tail length, amount of scales even on the tail, or just the shape. With the bush vipers, I looked at the shape of the tail, and well, I knew the green one was female, but the red one, I just compared the tails and the size, because the females are much larger. And I was correct, because it got babies. Yeah, certain snakes very easy. Some, it's just hard to tell, especially if you don't have both side by side. So yeah, it's easier if you have both of them side by side. But I think these two are the same, and that's why I don't know which. I'd have to compare it to the male. Yeah, I mean, I did that with these, and the saw scale vipers are sold to me as a pair, so I guess that doesn't count. And then I had Monocle Cobras that were sold to me as a pair. I paired them up along with another pair, and I don't even know if the ones that I paired, like that big girl I brought out, I don't even know if it is a girl. It might be a boy. But the other two were definitely a pair. I'm actually filming a video on the breeding the Monocle Cobras, just going over the process, and then the process I did, and then showing them hatch and everything. Rattlesnakes are easy, but been fooled before. Yeah. Should I bring out the black Pakistan Cobra? That's my most defensive snake. But again, it's personalities. The one at my work is not like this one. It's very laid back. So my tip on safe handling with hooks, and actually that's a good video suggestion. I'm gonna write it down really quick, but I'll talk to you about it. Safe handling with hooks. The best thing is, so I don't know what snakes are available to you in the UK, but my biggest suggestion is working with king snakes with hook. Well, Well, I might bring out some other stuff too, Alex, but yeah, typically I'd end on the black Pakistan. Practicing with the king snake, they're very similar to cobra body behavior, their movements and stuff very similar to cobras. So that just depends if that's what you're planning to work with, elapids, cobras. But just practicing balancing it without touching it. Practice being able to perfectly hook it the first time. And because repetitive touch, the audio is off. Repetitive touch will cause them to panic more. All right, so yeah, my suggestion is if you want to work with cobras, practice with king snake, practicing getting that perfect balance point, because repetitive touch will cause them to panic more. Then practice 2 hooks, being able to do it perfectly and being able to maneuver it where you want it to go with just the hook. And then for vipers, see, I'd say the water snakes here in the United States, very defensive, very similar, in my experience, to some of the vipers. And then practicing tailing. But I'll film a video where I can actually figure out what I want to say. But yeah, let me get the black Pakistan cobra out. I'm going to bring out the banded snouted cobra again really quick though. So some snakes though, you know, you're going to hook it and it's going to just fall right off. It's going to keep moving. It's not going to stay on. Those ones I use 2 hooks on if I need to. But again, if you tail it, then you're obviously can be in control. Patience is key. Can't be in a hurry. Hang on. Yeah, so a big thing is patience. So when I'm talking about repetitive touch, now if I hook this snake, let me try to bend this down a little bit. Hang on a second. All right, so here's the snake. I'm going to show you what I do. And again, like I said, patience. So I notice a lot of people will hook and then grab the tail with the tail on the ground. And the snake can whip around really quick like that. So what I like to do is hold it up a little, wait for it to start going gently, put my hand under, and you see I'm not grabbing. When you grab, there'll be a reaction sometimes. And then I lift up and adjust the hook. But I always wait till it gets to the right point. So if I hook it too close to the front, be patient and wait. I'll try to encourage it to move by lowering it or getting it close to something. I hope that makes sense. I'll film a way better video on this. But hopefully that made some sense. So there's lots of things to consider and different techniques, but the main thing is find what works for you and yeah, whatever you're comfortable with. Because if you're trying to do something a little different, it can cause problems. But that being said, still remain teachable, because you might hear different technique or something else that will help you, that will actually benefit you. Love you too, man. Take care. Thanks for stopping by. We'll keep in touch. Yeah, I'll definitely film a video on it and let you, give you some better tips. Yeah, definitely. I'm going to bring out the most defensive snake I have now. The black Pakistan Cobra. But before that, again, like Grim was saying, not being in a hurry or in the wrong mindset, because that obviously you're going to be in a different, I don't know how to explain it, but you're going to come across, the snake might panic more because you're obviously not in a good mood and you're not clear-minded and make mistakes. I've handled snakes after some pretty serious life events, and it was the worst time. I made constant mistakes. Luckily, snakes will let you get away with a lot. This one is a banded snouted cobra. But I'll get the black Pakistan Cobra. And, you know, after I mention things on video and I bring them out, they usually act the complete opposite of what they typically act. But typically super defensive. So hopefully I'll be able to show you differences in handling him. And give me a second because it's probably going to be a pain to get him out. There's lots of stuff for him to hide under, and it's just a struggle. And that's what you're going to experience with the arboreal vipers. They're going to tangle up and everything. And what I wanted to say earlier was if I got any arboreal viper, it would be the eyelash viper. I love them. Look at how tall he stands. So he turned and looked at me. So I lowered the hook and brought him down and shifted where he was paying attention. Because if he's focused or climbing up, I have to adjust. And if it gets to that point, I have to just let go. Now this is going to be, I'm probably not going to be able to read the comments since they disappear so fast. But this is why king snakes are good in my opinion, is the body movement very similar. So when you learn the twists and turns to make them fall back down instead of coming up on themselves, it's going to be lifesaver for you. And it has to come naturally. You got to know what to do right when it happens. Like, it's impossible for me to explain, but I'm able to tell when it's about to turn, and I can do the twist and stop it before it even happens. And then if it gets to a certain point, again, you got to just let go of the tail and let the snake hang like this. So all these things have to come natural though, because if it doesn't, and you start panicking or acting weird, it's gonna cause the snake to panic as well. Read the chat for me, BPAC. Yeah, with any animal. And I couldn't finish the message, so I'm sorry if there was something else, but I saw that you said you trained your dog, and when you're anxious, it causes the dog to behave differently too. And yeah, with any animal, I guess the way I'll explain it is the energy you emit is going to cause a change in their behavior. Now, almost every single snake that I find in the wild, very laid back, but it's my approach. But if I was nervous or coming across as creepy, like hesitating, it's going to cause a snake to try to bite or flail around. So honestly, like I said, it has to come naturally, but it takes practice too. But at some point it has to come naturally. I remember practicing it with a king snake, and then one day I just knew what to do when it was happening. So the way I can explain it is when I'm practicing stuff on drums and I'm trying over and over and I can't do it, then the next day I'm just able to do it like I've been able to do it my whole life. So it just happens. But practicing it, you'll learn the right type of twist to do. And then one day it's just another skill that comes in handy. And as I said about personalities, this one, very defensive. The one at my work, very laid back. That can change or it can stay the same. With him, it's probably the same. He's been here long enough that it would have changed if it was due to the previous owner's handling. Because sometimes people ruin their snakes by teasing them or just being rough with them. And that's honestly why I can't stand the people that wiggle and tease their snakes. It's just annoying. And honestly, at this point, well, it's all situational, but I remember at first I was terrified of handling the cobras, and then because they move around a lot more, but now I'm more comfortable with them than the vipers. But again, it's all depends on the situation. The forest cobra I have I dread working with him. And then there's some big canebrake rattlesnakes at my work that are super defensive. And the reason I mentioned uncomfortable with working with some of the vipers, because when they coil up, they bring everything within strike range. So even when you're tailing and hooking, when they coil, it brings everything up close. And that's when you have to be on your A game and know when to let go and everything like that. And the twists and turns that I was talking about is with the baby snakes or younger snakes, it can actually help them get to you quicker. So it's different while handling babies. So it can actually backfire on you with the baby snakes. So that's something to be aware of too. Yeah, so the king cobra is probably one of the few that do. And I think they all know, they can sense the differences, because at work, when I'm working with the non-venomous, with the public, there's different reactions every time I'm handing the snake to somebody else. But the king cobras are intelligent, and they definitely know the difference between people. Yeah, so the baby snakes, I do tail them sometimes, but I approach it a lot different. It's not how I approach these bigger ones. But I always say it's pointless. It's pointless for me to tail them, so I just hook them and move them. And a thing with that to be aware of is with the babies is if they panic and fall off the hook, because your natural reaction, if it's starting to go somewhere you don't want it to, is to reach out and grab it. When you grab it, I mentioned the reaction, and they can just whip around and bite you if they feel like biting at that time. So those are situations that I try to avoid by putting a container under me. So if I'm transferring the snake to the enclosure and it falls, at least it falls in the container and I don't have to deal with any potential problems. So that's another thing with the babies I'm always aware of. And that happened because I had a little baby Egyptian cobra. It fell on the ground and it was going somewhere I didn't want it to, and I reached and grabbed it. Luckily it was in flight mode, but at that time I knew I needed to have something else in place to avoid that from happening. Oh, the boa? You have a boa? Yeah, so they definitely do, in my opinion, can tell the difference between people. Isn't he great though? Love him. And another thing is I could make the snake look aggressive by moving around, getting it to strike. But when he's hooded up on the ground, he's still backing up, trying to get away. And even if he stands his ground, you can just walk away. So that's something to be aware of, is how entertainers will make a snake look aggressive by using certain behaviors. But there are some snakes that will mock charge, and knowing what to do in that situation is what's going to result in the best outcome. I work at a little rescue zoo. There's a bunch of snakes there, a lot of venomous snakes. There's monkeys, there's birds of prey, there was a tiger, and some other stuff. But yeah, there's lots of venomous snakes there. That's why I love it. But I'm sick of working with the public. They throw things at the monkeys, they pound on the glass, and yeah, it just makes you lose faith in humanity. But the flip side of that is I've been able to change probably over thousands of people's minds about snakes. Not to get them to love them, but to at least respect them enough to leave them be if they find any. But of course, there's some people I've convinced to love them. I'm going to put B-Pack away. B-Pack, the black Pakistan cobra, so I can keep an eye on the chat better, and yeah, and so I don't stress them anymore. hognose snake. Oh, that's really cool. And yeah, Alex, this is my wife's favorite snake, Hamilton, the hognose snake. She loves this one. She even considers it her pet. This is Hamilton right here. And that's my big Monocle Cobra named Pumbaa. That's really cute. Yeah, hognoses are super cute, and they're great for converting people to like snakes. Super cute. I have 3 of them, but they came from somebody very unhealthy. They were covered in mites, super skinny, and I had to treat them for mites and got their weight up. But the male is, it's like the back half of him doesn't work. And yeah, so I'm afraid that, you know, he's just permanently injured from the mistreatment. Yeah, working with animals definitely rewarding and a experience that, you know, I'm grateful for it every day. I dreamed of this as a kid, but it's also, you know, there's hard times too people don't talk about, like a snake that you love so much passing away. But it's good to remember that you gave it the best life possible and it got to experience the best life possible in your care. And that's what I always try to remember. But it's hard when death happens. And yeah, so that's not a common thing though. Most of the snakes and animals that come that are rescued just need a place to go. It's very rare that they come in unhealthy like these guys were. So that's the good side, is the majority come in healthy, they just need somewhere to go. And very rare they come in just in horrible shape. And that's of course how some people exploit the rescue label, is using the few that come in unhealthy, which is obviously good to bring awareness to, but using that to, you know, pull on people's heartstrings, it makes it seem like everyone out there is abusing the animals. But and who knows if that's the case everywhere, but for me, I've noticed a lot of them come in healthy. They just, people buy stuff and life situations happen and they have to find a new home for them. Yeah, well, after the training, hopefully that experience will definitely will come in handy when you're finding a job working with reptiles. So that's good. But anyways, I think I'm gonna get off now. Thank you everyone who joined and gave me suggestions for videos and just chatted in general. Appreciate you. And yeah, keep in touch too. And if you think of any other videos you'd like to see, let me know in the comments or just message me. The misunderstood animals, yep, that's the best part in my experience, or in my opinion, is converting people, showing them the truth. Like I said, it's not just to get them to love them, but getting them to respect them enough to leave them be. Yeah, I didn't say it in advance because this is my first time going live on YouTube on the app, and I was afraid if I made a post about it that it would not work, and then I just wanted to test it out first before I ever said or made an announcement. So I hope that makes sense. But next time I'll be sure to announce when I'm going live. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. And the Instagram thing, I posted it literally a minute before I started, so it was last minute. But I'll make sure to post in the community tab and things like that. But again, thank you for joining. Thank you for chatting. All right, I want to make it a regular thing, but I might wait till I'm more comfortable and able to set aside time to do it consistently. So at this point, it's going to be very sporadic when I go live, but I'll be sure to post it when I do. But yeah, take care, everyone. Thanks again. Love you all, and talk to you soon.